Now, there is apparently a trend on that Australians are starting to consider spending time with friends over family at Christmas. Now, we all love in Australia Christmas, and while it's easy to spend all of December talking about the joys of one particular day, for most of us, if not all of us, we all grew up in a family that got together on Christmas Day. But yeah, okay, increasingly lots of people live in different places, and as your kids grow up, they go into different places and, it becomes complicated. But essentially, I've always been brought up in a family that got together on Christmas Day. You found a way to do something for lunch, something at night, and that's no different for you. But we learned today, and I'll be honest, it's kind of Pons level institute intellectual rigour behind this, but it's something else to talk about rather than the obvious news around today, is that, as I said, a significant number of Australians will not be spending Christmas by choice with family. Instead, they're going to be spending it with neighbours. Now, I'll tell you in a second who put this research out, and when I say research, I don't want to use that word, but apparently 1 in 4 are thinking about doing this. The article says, for those spending Christmas with people other than their families, 62% say they'll be eating with friends, followed by work colleagues. Who spends Christmas Day with their work colleagues? God love everyone here at work, but I thought they'd be with their family as well. As well as friends from community clubs or sporting groups could be 15% of people. Now, apparently, geography and distance is one of the main reasons why people are not connecting with their family on the day, including a whole bunch of people who are sort of sooking that their family's more than a 1 hour drive away. Well, okay, I get it if they're in a different state, but if it's only an hour away, the Great Aussie Road Trip's good, right? But then there's this that came from a psychologist that was attached to all of this today, which says the definition of family has evolved since the pandemic. No, it hasn't. But anyway, we seek support from those living close by, including from neighbours and community. Well, that's the way it's sort of always been. But we all know the difference between our neighbour, our mates, our colleagues and our family. And if we don't, we're kind of lost as a country. But that may be a theme that we'll talk about a bit tonight. Now, here's the bit where the science behind all of this sort of falls away. Steggles were the ones who paid for the research. Yeah, as in Steggles chicken. But still, apparently, this psychologist was out there willing to say that our definition of family has changed in 2022.